Silver is the newest addition to Deadlock in the Old Gods New Blood update. She's the first hero in the game that can transform between a long-range, high-damage sniper mode and a melee-range tanky werewolf form. Here's the full ability breakdown, her best items and more. Let's get right into it. Silver is finally here. It took longer than it should have, but she is out and she's the first character in the game that has a permanent ultimate and basically 8 abilities. Well, I say 8, it's 7, okay? The catch of this character is the ultimate is a passive, and while you deal damage in your normal form, you will gain a meter, and if the meter is full, you will transform into the werewolf form that we've seen in leaks. Now, the gun is actually, it looks like a shotgun, but it's a very precise shotgun, and the character actually has very long fall-off range. So it's actually a gun you can use from very far away. It does good damage close range, but it also does really good damage long range. Catch of the hero is she only has 5 bullets in the mag, the fire rate is really slow, and she only has 2 stamina on base, okay? The one is an ability that instantly reloads your gun and gives you 300% fire rate. And the upgrades are really sick too. Lower cooldown, more weapon damage, and on the max level, if you hit all your shots in your pellets, you will deal 10% max health of the enemy as damage. If you press the 1, you instantly reload, and you're gonna do a lot of damage. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. As long as you deal damage to enemies, if you get kills, you will transform into the werewolf form. The werewolf form we'll get into in a second. Ability number 2 is a boot kick, and this is a very similar ability to Billy's 2, I wanna say. What it does is it leaps you forward. If you hit an enemy, it's gonna deal melee damage to them, and the next shot you hit, they will be marked. The next shot you will hit will deal bonus spirit damage. The upgrades are lower cooldown. If you hit on level 2, it restores 2 stamina, and on max level, the enemy will deal 25% less damage to you, so it's kind of like a mini inhibitor instantly on the enemy, okay? And the way this looks like is you leap in, and then you hit them, and you will be booped backwards, and you can do this in air, so you can jump upwards, and you can do an air dash. And there is the same tag you can do, just like in Billy, where you can do this and instantly light melee and get a light melee off while you're in the animation and stuck to the enemy. Before people ask, there will be some melee abilities on this character. I don't think you will be able to parry any of them, but you can parry the follow-up melee, obviously. Ability number 3 is called Entangling Bola. What it does is it entangles an enemy. They will be slowed, they will be debuffed, which means they can't use movement abilities at all, they can't use stamina, and they can't jump. Okay, so it's like a capacitor for free as an ability. And the levels give even less or even more move speed reduction, more debuff duration, and on max level, this is gonna ricochet to 2 more targets. So if you hit someone, it's gonna ricochet to the next 2 targets. And the range on this seems really, really big, by the way. Like, it's pretty forgiving. I can show this off real quick. The range seems very, very forgiving, where this is not quite it, but like if you have a hero here, I can almost guarantee you, yeah, it's gonna hit. So it's very far. So in team fights, you're gonna hit 3 targets. And having 3 targets disarmed, movement disabled, and slowed seems kind of broken by itself, just this ability. Let's get to the fun part of her kit, which is her ultimate. As I explained, it's a passive that charges up the more damage you deal. If you get kills, it charges up faster, and then there's going to be an animation. And during the animation window, you can press the 4 button instantly to instantly transform into the werewolf form. What this is going to do is it's going to increase your max health, it's going to give you bullet and spirit resist, and it's gonna heal 30% of your missing health, okay? So you're gonna be very tanky. And spoilers, in werewolf form, your entire toolkit is gonna change, your entire set is gonna change, and your abilities are gonna change. We'll get into that. So I'll show this off real quick. We deal damage, and once we dealt enough damage, the werewolf will beckon, and we can instantly press forward, transform. It's gonna heal us. And now we're in werewolf form. And the werewolf form, the primary fire is an attack that is very close range, basically melee. And as you just saw, as long as we get kills in the werewolf form, it's gonna reset the timer. So as long as you keep on killing, you'll stay in werewolf. Okay. Getting to the werewolf abilities, and I'll put on superior duration for this, because, again, I don't want to, like, keep on killing while I'm explaining. Ability number 1 is go for the throat. This deals melee damage, and you will get a heal from this attack, okay? So if you're low, very low cooldown, by the way, like 5 seconds. You use your 1, and almost transform back. It will heal you, and this is an AoE around you, which means if you hit multiple targets, you will get double heal. And I want to say this is a cone around you, but let's test real quick with one person behind you as well. Yeah, it's a cone in front of you. A small cone, kind of like Mina Rake, okay? And the level ups for this will give you more damage, more lifesteal on the ability, and on max level it will also deal missing health of the enemy as bonus damage, okay? Ability number 2 is called Mauling Leap. You leap forward, and the first enemy you hit, you will deal melee damage, and they will get some spirit damage over time, and it's going to reduce their bullet resist. This is what this is going to look like. It's a leap, and it goes very far. It has a very forgiving range. Upgrades, 10 damage per second on the spirit, cooldown reduction, and more bullet shred. So on max level, 20% bullet resist on the enemy. Ability number 3, Tail Whack. And this smashes enemies around you. And this is an AoE ability. And what this does... Gotta reset my curse. What this does is it disarms everyone around you. It lowers their movement speed, okay? And it does spirit damage. So you can disarm multiple people, kind of like Monkril Sunblast, if it was cool. So, and it poops them away from you as well. And this is like, again, like a pretty big AoE. You really want to be ready to activate the ult as soon as the transformation starts. That's like the first thing you want to learn on her, I want to say. Because if you don't activate it manually, you will not get the bonus effects, which is the healing, movement speed, and stacking fire rate, okay? So if you're about to transform, which there is a sound cue, you want to press 4 immediately. And it also shows up on the bottom right. There you go. And you press 4 immediately, and you will get into the curse. So, this hero seems absolutely broken. And I know I said this about the other two, but this character has everything. It can disarm the enemy, it can stop them from moving, multiple, it can stop them from using their movement abilities. She's tanky, she has high damage, she can play long range, short range, and she most definitely will be a gun character. So how would I level this character on day 1, before having played her? First impressions, Slamfire seems like a really good upgrade, especially to level 2 in lane, because it's just gonna add a lot of damage. You have low cooldown, you will do a lot of weapon damage. So I'd probably get 2 points in this instantly. The upgrades to Boot Kick and Entangling, while they both seem really, really strong, they don't seem as powerful as the 1 and the ultimate later, right? So you can maybe get 1 point in Boot Kick because it lowers the cooldown by a tiny bit. 6 seconds is pretty good. Maybe even level 2 if you use a lot of stamina. 3, really don't think I would level this up at all. Like 20 movement speed at base and disarm, preventing their movement abilities is already really good. It's basically already a free slowing hex. So I would probably spend my points later down the line on this. What I would level up instead. 1 point in Lycan Curse seems absolutely busted because it ups your resistances from 20 to 35 instantly. And then it really, we'll see this down the line, but like maxing ult seems crazy. Because if you max ult, if you get any kill during the ult duration, it will refresh everything and heal you again. So you will basically in a teamfight, you will be able to stay in ult form forever, right? So I'll experiment with both 1 max or ult max. You will not max 2 or 3 first. I would probably get 2 points in Slamfire, then max the ult or max the 1. And then after that, I would probably max Entangling bola, just because a lockdown of 3 people seems crazy. How would you build this character? There's actually a few items that come to mind that are absolutely insane. This character has the lowest base bullets in the game, which means Kinetic Dash is a must buy, right? Because Kinetic Dash just gives you 6 ammo, which basically Kinetic Dash more than doubles your ammo on base. It's better than Titanic Magazine on base level, and you also obviously want fire rate on this character, right? So this is the first item I would buy, and notice how even with Kinetic Dash, the fire rate is pretty slow. But we can speed this up a bit with the 1, right? So kinetic dash, absolutely crazy. Another ability that is going to work insanely well on her is Life Strike or Melee Lifesteal and then Life Strike. Simply because a lot of her abilities trigger melee damage. Life Strike recently got buffed, so even if the abilities count as light melee, right, they will come back very fast. Which, on base form, you 2 already does weapon damage, so you can trigger this very easily on base form if you're like kind of getting low. You can go in, you know, and trigger your Life Strike. But it's even crazier in the ultimate.
Locked and loaded.
Get me in. It's even crazier in the ultimate because both the 1 and the 2 ability count as melee damage, okay? So your leap counts as melee damage and your 1. Ow! So that's item number 2 you would definitely want to, like, that's absolutely going to be core for her. And then I'm going to give you one that I think is not in the default build, but I think is going to be crazy. And props for my editor here. She had the idea. Fury Trance. Seems random, right? You won't be able to use your abilities. Until you realize that when you're in the ultimate, you don't have any ammo on your 1. Which means you can proc Fury Trance and it will not punish you at all. And you will not have to reload. So the combo probably is, right? Like you go in, you deal damage to the enemy. And as soon as you transform into werewolf, you go in, leap in, use your 2, your 1, and then you just maul the enemy. The lifesteal in this is going to be absolutely crazy, right? You're going to heal off so many things. And I want to say this character is going to be built very tanky. Seems insane on paper. I'm really excited to play her. This is very rare for me to say, but I want to say they actually did cook quite a lot with this default build. Like a lot of these items are going to be useful. Extra stamina. I'll make a detailed build in the next few days if you want to stick around. But yeah, first impressions. Crazy character. I want to say, without having played her yet, which I'm going to do now, seems absolutely batshit crazy broken.
Metro finally got his patch. Now he's gonna run it back.